much. I was having fun.
Welcome back, Arcanist Armory fans, to Season 2, Episode 14. The party has turned in the counterfeit quill to the historian to set up a display, and they are now in Aaron's mansion. Gildaden has noticed an invisible orb above a regular orb that appears not to move when acted upon by his magic. The rest of the party is having fun performing feng shui for Aaron.
Throwing up his feng shui.
Echo's just stacking rocks next to the silver.
How much would Gildaden have to do to get up to the height that he can touch the orb? The one that only he can see, the magic one.
I mean, Lita's currently tippy toes rearranging the stuff because you guys are both short.
Yeah. I apologize for nothing.
So you would probably have to have Echo help you, or your unseen servant lift you up, or something, or to get a little bit of a boost to get up to the height where you can actually fix the stuff.
I do not know if I weigh little enough for the unseen servant to actually lift me.
I don't know either.
Well, go ahead and say no.
It does not have very much strength.
Yeah, I'd say you can't. If it's anything like Mage Hand.
It's probably
it's a first level spell, but I think it doubles the distance, even if it doesn't double the weight that Mage Hand can do. But
I think you can lift a little bit with your optics and
yeah,
but probably still not a person.
People are heavy.
Yeah, so you probably would have to push over it.
You know what?
You probably have to push over the table like you did for the flute.
Yeah. Gildaden is going to target it with Eldritch Blast and see if anything happens.
Okay, make your attack against the orb.
20.
Okay.
14 force damage.
Roll a dexterity save.
Me?
No, Lita.
Curse you. Again? That's decent.
I mean, that was well aimed.
11.
I know.
11.
You do not happen to be grabbing that space as it fires into it. And it is
What the crap are you doing?
you fired into the space in front of the wall, not actually
Correct.
directly at the wall. So you watch as just force dissipates.
And the spell seems
The spell fizzles.
unaffected, or fizzles out.
Your spell fizzles out. The divination orb is still there.
What are you doing?
There's a glowy orb up there, and I am distrustful of invisible glowing orbs.
Oh, invisible.
I will get it.
Okay. If you disappear, we'll come in after you.
Okay.
That is what happened to the last magic orb you touched.
Before you do, I will check salt at it, though.
Oh, yeah, the stone. I'm just checking the
You
stone.
can't see it. Don't,
I know. I'm
Don't throw
checking the
rocks at the
stone.
wall.
And what? At that spot, the Gildaden.
That she just saw an Eldritch Blast fizzle.
Sure.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
18.
This is your dexterity, because it's a ranged attack.
They're good. 19. Cool.
Because this is a rock, you actually do hit the wall behind it. It does not break anything,
Yay!
but it does bounce off the wall and land on the floor.
And no effect on the.
No effect on the
Do I
orb.
actually hit it?
Is anyone else doing anything?
Did I actually hit it,
walking
though?
toward where she.
You don't know.
No.
Gildaden would be
Where
the only one.
should I
to know.
grab?
Did I hit it?
Yeah,
Gildaden might
it
notice
looks like it went through it. But it's still there, so it might not be a portal.
That was the intent.
You also do know that divination. Make an Arcana check. Gilded Egg
Okay.
only.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I don't see it.
23.
You are aware that because this is outlined in divination magic, that is usually used for looking in on things or seeing future events, stuff like that. It's not usually a physical event. It's usually for seeing things that are not in the current location of
Okay.
time and space.
I definitely want to try to reach for it then.
So this is probably that this is probably the production of a spell, and so it's a magical effect that you can't actually
Are you
get.
real?
I will grab the feather in my pocket as I reach for the spell to see if anything happens.
Okay.
I do not pull it out.
How are you attempting to get up to the orb?
Echo's over there. I will
I'm signing
say
for
uppy.
mantle.
You do not have a back rub.
Echo picks him up and holds him, but the wrong way. Not upside down, just
Facing Echo.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to reach behind your back to get it.
I can work with that. Okay.
Okay. You reach behind your back.
I'm guessing that's a disadvantage. So.
Yeah.
What do you want it to actually be? Dex.
Sure.
Um,
Trying to
17 on disadvantage.
Cool. You grab something
Huh.
and you pull it up,
Okay.
have
and
the
now
boots.
and now you have the orb that was sitting on the silver stand below it.
Okay. Is it bigger or smaller than the glimmer,
It's
or the same size?
you have a little like snow globe like type thing, and it's a little bit smaller.
Okay. I will
About
have
half
the
diameter.
I will have the unseen servant hold the sphere up on this half of the spell sphere, because I figure if we're being watched, it'll.
The sphere is bigger. The snow globe orb is bigger than.
Oh, then I will hold it. I'll have the unseen servant hold it, encompassing the other orb, figuring that if someone is spying on us, at least it'll cloud their vision.
As you do that, Aaron walks into the room, and the glowing orb behind it blinks out.
Huh.
Haha, he's
Hello. What are you doing?
I think you were being spied on. So I was attempting to fix it.
Oh, yeah, you look more suspicious than me.
Echo's holding him back from the wall, and then his orb is
It's just floating.
snow globe is floating.
I'm not gonna get in trouble.
I am holding Gilligan.
I see the benefit.
I'm gonna say nothing then. I realize I just can't remember.
Please return my snow globe to its stand.
Okay. Can you turn me around? I could see that going badly if I try to do it through the back of my head. Okay, I put the snow globe back down. Is the spell still winked out?
It hasn't returned.
Okay. There was a divination orb floating there, but it's not there anymore.
Of course. What?
Shady up.
Insight. I have a very strong feeling that
Actually,
his entrance might. That's a dirty 20.
Money?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone else making?
I rolled a 16.
I'll see if he is telling.
The truth.
Oh, don't know anything. 10.
I rolled a 60.
16. And
Very
yours was 20. Okay. Gildadan, understanding what he saw and how magic works, figures this was probably Aaron watching them.
Uh-huh.
And so he's not surprised that the orb was there. And he knows exactly what you were doing.
Hey! I know it's trouble, but I say nothing.
Lita does not. Lita gets more the vibe that Aaron
Knows more than anything.
knows more than he's letting on, and
Does not seem particularly worried.
does not seem particularly worried about the orb or what you guys were doing.
That's good. It was on the incline.
Okay. Yes. My maid informed me that you guys had information about the quill, but not the quill.
Yes. We were able to come down the mountain with the quill. However, we were intercepted by the town historian before we could bring it here. He said that he intends to put it on exhibit. However, we could probably arrange obtaining it for you if you could keep it discreet.
We are getting the quill back from Kat?
Yes, Aaron wants the quill.
I know. I know that's
That's not what I agreed to, actually.
It'll be fine.
And you are all on board with this plan.
They get 50 gold. That was the agreement.
Yes. And you get your cushy office job.
Yes, and the bust.
And the bust to go in your office for your cushy office job. Yes, I remember. Are you all on board with the plan? I repeat, are you all on board with this plan?
Huh?
I would like a yes or a no. I deal with.
I am thinking yes, but also it is Gildadan's idea.
I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure.
I know exactly what that means.
I'm sure I can infer that means that there's probably something else going on, which I would expect.
But, by the way, do you know anything about this? And I gesture towards her necklace. You seem the kind that might know enough about the occult to get us some information.
By occult, he means fake. Because everything is occult to him, apparently, even me.
Occult. Not.
Occult.
I know.
I mean, Fae is occult.
That's fair.
It's not divine.
He stopped throwing salt at me. I can live with it.
No.
I haven't even.
That is a nasty habit. But I can respect that we all have our superstitions.
They worked. We made it back.
That is the worst kind of superstitions.
I like this man more now.
We can get him the club.
Now, Carrot. His may come in. Yes, master? We are having a conversation that you should be part of.
Ooh.
She goes, her eyes kind of light up, and then she goes and sits down on one of the chairs and looks over at the mantelpiece and glares at it.
Wait, hold on, it's one of the...
Is that where the orb was, or where she was handling the other stuff?
I mean, it's both. She glares at the fact. She seems displeased with the fact that she will have to put things back in their rightful places.
Yeah. One silver was not enough.
She also has a pile of rocks.
She notices the pile of rocks. She notices the pile of rocks and then looks over at Echo.
Kobolds like rocks.
And
I don't think I'll be blamed for this. This is fantastic.
it says, "Yes, master. The What are you discussing?
What are you discussing?
Ooh, you just getting out of this one.
Anyway, the Aaron says, yes, we were discussing a heist at the town hall. She said, ooh, Cat.
Yes.
Do you have a history with Kath?
He's a collector of artifacts.
Correct.
And you are not liking that?
I like to collect artifacts.
Mm.
But you do not like it when Keth does.
I like it when Keth does and Aaron makes proposals.
Now you are confusing.
Are there any artifacts that you want particularly from City Hall?
Not anymore.
I like her.
Anyway, are we heisting something? Are we heisting the quill from Keth? Is that what I'm hearing?
Apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, these three have decided that should be our next goal. So,
He says it should be on display within the next couple of days. And I know where it's going to be on display.
We may have put a sign up.
perfect. Do you know anything else about Keth's inner workings?
He lives on the second floor.
Can I remember the layout?
Sometimes he goes to the general store.
Since I got a really good look at his back room.
Make it
A really good look.
just intelligence. Just roll and add your intelligence modifier.
That's an 11.
Okay.
Since I was the last one to look in his space.
You got the general idea of like what hallways would take you to that back room and where the front rooms are.
Okay.
You weren't really paying too much attention to
Oh,
anything
back room.
beyond that, so you don't have any more information beyond that.
Okay.
Anyway, so with heisting the quill, I shall have to then suppose I should leave you to plan out your plot with my maid, if you will have her come along with you.
I presume you
I
have
like short people.
somewhat. I presume you have somewhere discreet you can store the quill while you perform your experiments.
Of course, no one would link it back to me.
What? I can make something in it.
Will they find it?
I can make a stink bomb.
You have ways of tracking objects.
I do not. I do not know what the resources the local law enforcement may.
Let's say
What? I
Let's
can
say
make more
between Keth
objects.
and I, we have the law enforcement covered.
Mhm.
And if Keth doesn't trace it to me, they won't trace it to me.
Okay.
Did we tell Aaron that? Did we tell Kath that Aaron was interested in it?
You may have.
Do you have any magical proficiencies? You seem to be
I remember him saying something
skilled.
along the lines of.
I dabble.
Okay.
Of course he would.
Do you know if Keth does?
He is more oriented towards the gods. I do not know if they have granted him, if it's been enough for them to grant him magic, as they do sometimes.
Okay.
But if so, you are dealing with the divine magic.
Alright.
I do not know what divine capabilities he would have.
Okay.
I do not keep too much of a tabs on it. Kara would probably know more about what exactly you're getting into, as she has acquired artifacts from his back rooms before.
we didn't research too much into the quill in the trip down, knowing that would be your job. However, the removal from the convent area appears to have had some effect on to remove the series of bad dreams here in the village. So it appears to have some power.
Yes. The bad dreams were not probably a product of the quill directly, probably more a product of the strange magics that happened when the commune was disbanded.
I mean, never mind.
We did find a portal there. It has since closed.
Yes, those magics that portal, the magic that held the portal and the dreams may have been connected.
Okay.
I don't know, I'd have to look more into it. I am not familiar with dreams and portals and that kind of magics.
Okay. I figured while we were dealing in information, we could pass
Yes.
it to you.
Yes. Keth's lines with divinity do go back quite far.
So Carrot, do you know what do you know about Keth's defenses on City Hall?
He's sneaky.
But you are also sneaky.
Which is why he has less artifacts than he thinks he does.
Do you do forgery?
No, I do redistribution.
Strategic replacement.
I see, I want, I plot, I get.
Okay. Do you have any advice for our escapade?
Don't wake Cat.
What? That sounds like fun.
Unless you want to be on the wrong side of the law.
Does he tend to keep his more valuable artifacts near at hand or in his storeroom when they're not on display?
He tends to have them in a place that he will know if they go missing.
Okay.
Unless you take it from a distance.
Well, apparently you seem to be the expert, so...
I only did it twice.
I mean...
Aaron
twice
thinks I
more
did
than
it more.
Ah!
He pays me to do it. I pay someone in town to make a forgery. Aaron gets the forgery.
That...
Right? Aaron's left the room.
Okay.
I didn't realize you left either.
I will turn my head and see if the scrying orb is back up.
It seems to have not been brought back up yet.
Okay, perfect. I do scan the rest of the room just to make sure he hasn't relocated it since he
No, there doesn't seem to be any magical items in the room at the moment.
Echo looks like she's watching a bunch of dudes. Echo looks like she's watching a bunch of dudes.
Yes, usually I just clean and cook and do stuff.
Can we
for
make
him.
a forgery and give it to Aaron?
I don't think this is something you can forge. It was at least, I mean, Kat might accept a forgery, but Aaron will not.
How do you know?
Because it is important that he research on the actual artifact.
What if he does not have it?
Then he will find out, and he will... I'm not sure what he would do. He will do something. Probably not good to the people who gave it to him.
So here is a gold Would you mind letting us know who your contact in town is? That seems useful.
For what?
Or the forgery?
For making convincing forgeries.
Oh, I mean, it's the same. We just talked to. There's a painter in town here. Lives just a little way up. He does painting and a little bit of sculpting and sometimes forging important historical documents. Of course, if you tell him it's just for personal display, then he doesn't really care so long as he gets paid.
Okay.
And it doesn't cause a ruckus with Kath.
Makes sense.
And so long as Aaron gets his what he thinks is his thing, and Kath has what he thinks is his thing. I mean, Aaron doesn't go in the museum.
Don't worry. We will give Aaron what Kath got from us. It's not a deception.
Roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier.
Okay. That is a nat 20 plus
Next page.
4, so 24.
Okay.
More if it's a deception roll.
It's not a deception. You just
correct. It is a truth.
We shall see. Then, if you truly gave Kat the artifact, we shall be able to. Then Aaron will be.
We
happy.
don't know what it does.
Then Aaron will be happy, even if it's broken, doesn't work. Aaron just wants it for research purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Continue his family legacy of doing weird things.
That is a strange family legacy.
I mean, what did we just do?
Do you believe that the item will be more protected once it is on display or before?
If we can nab it before it's on display, then Kath's the only one that knows it was there, right?
I mean,
outside of
his
us,
wall is glowy for 10 days.
That can be dispelled.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people go into the museum on a daily basis if he hasn't invited
0
them.
to 3, depending on the day.
Okay.
But not good, Kath.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like it gets a lot of new inventory.
No, and Kath's not one to. Doesn't exactly have the charisma to keep things going.
I can see that.
Okay. Thanks, Arcanist Armory fans. We will see you next week for episode 15, when it appears that the party will be stealing their forged quill from the town museum, which is guarded by a crotchety old possible cleric. We don't know. Or paladin, celestial warlock, somewhere in there.
Might be in trouble.
With Carrot the kobold.